Hello everybody, Dr. Darok here, and welcome back to Let's Play Blightfall. Now, you might have noticed that this video is a little bit late. That is my fault. I do apologize. My job has been very hectic lately. I had quite a busy weekend, and I just did not have time to make it until Monday here. So hopefully I get it out tonight. I might not get it out until tomorrow. It depends on editing time and things like that. But yeah, welcome to Blightfall. Today we're going to be departing from the Thaumcraft heavy content that we've been doing for the past few weeks, I would say, and focusing primarily on Botania. Now, both of these mods, I'm really trying to progress through as quickly as possible. I don't have a lot of time to do a whole ton of off-screen things, and for the most part, I want a record of how exactly I did progress through these mods, so that anyone who's really confused about how these mods work can actually use my Let's Play partially as a guide, at least, you know, in some way. I really like it whenever people learn new things from my Let's Plays and from what I do, from my play sessions and things like that. So yeah, pretty excited today to get into Botania with you guys. I'd like to come down here and grab a mushroom before we proceed. I'm going to need that for things. Do not ask any questions. You will find out. So, basically, the first thing that I want to do today, I don't really know how much I'm going to get done today, but the first thing I want to do is make the Soujourner Sash. Now, the Soujourner Sash allows you, it basically gives the benefits of, well, the high step benefits that this gives me, first of all. So, like, I can walk up 1 block heights. That's the first thing. It also will increase movement speed, jump height, and resistance to fall damage. Okay. So basically it's going to let me jump higher and move faster, as well as giving me the ability to jump up 1 block heights. So or walk up 1 block heights. So you know what that means? That means that I'm actually going to be able to swap out these boots for a pair of Mana Steel boots, and I will then be able to have boots that actually protect me. It's been a long time. Now, I used to use these boots. A long time ago, I was using these Boots of the Traveler. Now, they're quite effective, however, they're nearly broken, and no one has, as of yet, given me a way that I can actually... I think someone might have mentioned something about how to fix them, but it's a very complex process, and it's much easier to actually just make myself one of these things that I'm about to make. So, that's the way we're going to do it. Let's see here. Do I have any Mana Steel? I don't think I do. So I'm just going to take 2 blocks of iron. Let's do that. Make plenty of Mana Steel all at once. Okay, boom, just like that. Okay, as you can see, I've got plenty of mana in my mana pool, which is very good, super useful. I'm glad I do. Now, let's go ahead and get together all of the ingredients that we're going to need in order to make this. Okay, so basically, I'm going to need 4 leather, which I've got around somewhere. I'm also going to need a Rune of Air and a Rune of Earth, as well as a Mana Steel ingot. Now, to make these runes, the Rune of Air, I need a string, a feather, and a carpet of any color. And in order to... that's not what I wanted to do. In order to make the Rune of Earth, I'm going to need a mushroom, a block of coal, and stone. Now, both of those runes, I also require 3 ingots worth of Mana Steel. So let me just go ahead and break up that into ingots right now before we progress any further. I've already got a feather in my inventory. How convenient is that? So the only other thing, let's see here. I've got feather. I've got Mana Steel. I'm also going to need light gray carpet and string. Now I do believe I've got string right in here. So let's grab that. Any variety of light carpet will do. I think I've got some sitting in here from another thing that I did once in the past. Okay, so right off the bat here, we are ready to go. Boom. Whoopsies. That's not what I wanted to do at all. Okay, so let's just put these on like this. I like to do the throwing thing. I think it's pretty cool how you can just throw the stuff like this. Okay, but you can also just right click them. I just don't think it's nearly as cool. So I'm gonna tap this. It's gonna start collecting mana from my mana pool. My mana spreader is gonna shoot the mana over here. It's gonna fill up as quick as it can. And I'm also gonna need some living rock. Now, I don't know if you guys remember the last time I made some stuff out of using Botania, especially these runes, but whenever this is full here, as you can see, now that little pie chart does not appear if I'm not using the wand. So I've got to have my Wand of the Forest up, and basically whenever this is full, I'm going to have to toss on one of these. You'll see there's lightning and stuff, and this will stop. So, I mean, it's not hard to tell whenever it's done. Okay, oh, what? So that worked, I guess? But then it didn't. But then it did. Okay, but that should do the trick. Hello? Does that do the trick? Hello? Work? Does it work? That was not quite good enough, I guess. So, let me try one more time. There. Perfect. That should do it. There we go. Now I've made my runes of air. Okay. Now the next thing I need is the rune of earth, which I've already grabbed the mushroom. I also need a block of coal and cooked stone. Now I know I've got cooked stone. I think it's over here. Nope. Not at all. Totally wrong about that, but that's okay. Even if I haven't gotten any, you know, I should still be able to make it very easily. But that's all right. I've got some. Found it. It's right there. Those are the things that I need. So let's just put down 1, 2, 3 mana steel ingots. Come right over here and start off with a mushroom, then some stone, block of coal. All right, hit the tappity tap. There we go. And while that is filling up, I'm just gonna look. Let's browse through the book here and find out what else we might want to make. Now, I've already made one of these Band of Mana, I do believe. Is it Band of Mana? Band of Aura. Band of Aura. And basically, the Band of Aura actually gives my what am I trying to say here? The Band of Aura generates mana slowly and puts it in here. Okay, which basically I haven't had to refill my mana tablet in a long time, and it's still keeping my mana steel fully non-degraded. Okay, so it's doing quite a good job so far. Hello? Where's it go? Oh, come on. This is not a piece of ice here. I can't believe... Did it work? That work? Okay, there we go. Good. So I made more runes of earth. I think I've already made runes of earth. Do I have runes of earth? No. Now I've got fire and water and earth and air. So why don't I only need one of each of these, so why don't I keep those? And in the meantime, I've got to find some leather, which I'm certain I have somewhere. I'm just not sure where it is. So yeah. So yeah, my job has been really hectic for the last couple of weeks, and you guys might have noticed that my video quality has dropped off just a touch. Just a touch might be an under-representation of just how much it's actually dropped off. But I'm sure, like, I'm still getting a pretty positive response on most of my videos, and you guys still seem to like them. So that's what really counts in the end. Even if I think that they've gone downhill just slightly because of all the stuff that I've had to do lately, it doesn't mean that it takes away by necessity from you guys' enjoyment of it, which is very important to me. It's very extremely important, as a matter of fact, that you guys actually like this content and that you enjoy it. Because if you don't enjoy it, then what am I doing it for? You know what I'm saying? So on that note, if you like my videos, it doesn't even have to be this video. Maybe this video is underwhelming so far, but if you like my videos in general, then I want you to go ahead and go down below this video, hit that thumbs up button before you forget or you leave the video or what have you. It really helps me out. It is just, it's invaluable. It is completely, it is indispensable. I cannot do without it. Okay, hitting that like button down below the video means that YouTube shows it to more people who aren't already subscribed, and it really helps keep the numbers up even whenever my video production has gone down, because a lot of you probably remember that I was making daily videos not too long ago, and of course I can't really do that anymore just because of the logistic facts of life. Those are the facts of life. But yeah, it's been really difficult to keep up with my previous standard that I had. It just isn't working quite the same way it was before. And so, you know, I'm kind of annoyed right now because I don't think I have nearly enough leather. And I could have sworn that I picked up a bunch of leather from just slaying cows in various places. I guess I'm wrong about that. I'm lagging like crazy right now for no good reason. There we go. Okay. All better. Good. But yeah, hit that like button. I know I've already said that, but don't forget about it, please. It really is important. So why don't I go over to Obelisk Island, since it's so purified and stuff. And we'll see here. There should be some animals somewhere. Shouldn't there be animals on this island somewhere? Where are they? There's a pig. Why are the animals not appearing on my map? Hello, Mr. Pig. How are you today? Well, I'm not sure where to go with this now. I could have sworn that I had some leather somewhere but I've only had 2 in here. I thought I had enough. You know, I did a quick checklist before I started. Do I have enough stuff for the Sash? Because it is the first thing I want to do. I don't want to interrupt my video and get totally sidetracked searching for leather or whatever else. But the first thing I did was a big mistake, and that was that I assumed. And you know what happens when you assume? You make an ass-you out of me. Wait, I don't think that's quite how it's said, but that's not the point. Point is, I made a mistake. Whoopsie doodle. So yeah, I guess I'm just gonna look around for a minute and find some cows that are gonna give me leather when killed. Yes. And hopefully that'll be something that does not take me very long whatsoever to accomplish. There should be some cows right around this corner, if my calculations are correct. Pigs? You're not a cow. Sheep? Chickens? Where are the cows? Where are the cows right now? Where are the cows now? How now, brown cow? I'm kind of confused about how this didn't work out in my favor. I would have thought that this was going to work just fine. Every time I come over to this island, there's always just a bajillion animals here ready to be slaughtered mercilessly. But today, no, not so much. Today, all the cows are in hiding. They are playing moo-moo hide-and-seek, and I cannot locate them. So, did I pick that up? Okay, good. Sigh. I mean, I suppose I could technically, I've got 2 leather, but I've only got 3 cows over there at my, farm in Swamp Delta. So, I can't really kill my cows over there. If I kill, I can kill one of them, but if I kill a second to get the leather that I need, then I won't have enough cows left over to breed anymore. So yeah, this is more or less the thing I'm doing. But I'm thinking now that it might even be a better idea to just head back, go to Biodome Alpha, and see if I can find some outside in the plains there, or even somewhere else. I thought this was gonna work very easily, though. I thought this was in the bag. Good planning, Chris. Good job. Way to be. You've done it again, Dr. Darroch. But this video was supposed to be out about 4 hours ago. It's 7 o'clock on a Monday. So, you know where I'm coming from. Well, you might not know exactly where I'm coming from, but you sort of get why I might have rushed into it, hoping that I could just be awesome like I normally am without much effort like I usually do. But it just doesn't seem like it's working quite that well recently. And that might be stress, because this new job has been pretty stressful so far. Now, that's about to change. It's everything is starting to settle in now, and the major structural changes and super overtime that I was doing, that stuff is now a thing of the past, which is a good thing for me, because it means that I can actually plan things properly again and stick to my schedule like I like to do. Let's see here. I hear my chickens, but I don't see any non-tainted animals outside, which is unfortunate. It's rather unfortunate, yes. I wish that I saw some. I don't see them, though. And nope, no untainted animals outside of the biodome. So yeah, that kind of sucks. What about over here? This used to be a good place. Used to see animals spawn over here all the time. Right now, though, I actually need them, so they're not going to pop out for me. Oh, boy. Okay, guys. Well, I'm going to accumulate leather somehow, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so I think I have an idea. I'm not sure yet if it's going to work or not, but I checked NEI to see if there was any alternative way to make myself some leather without slaughtering more cows. And what I found is this. I should be able to take my magician's blood orb here. What? That's not what I want to do. I want to... Isn't there a... Oh, no, wait. Not the blood orb itself. No. See. Now I've misunderstood myself. Okay, so, not the blood orb, but where is it? I have an alchemic chemistry set somewhere. Where is it? Oh, no, I have the wrong thing. So, do this. Okay. So, what is that? Oh, okay. So, let's just see here. That has spawn eggs in it. That's not what I'm looking for. What about this? That does not have my alchemic chemistry set. No. Neither does that. What about my golden bag of hoarding? Golden bag of hoarding! Nope, not in there. Okay, what about over here? Is it in here? No. Gosh, guys. My storage system, I need to upgrade my storage again. And I would really like to, I don't know, maybe get an AE system in here. Advanced Applied Energistics. But it's just not, it hasn't really happened lately. So it's not here. I mean, I should be able to make another one, shouldn't I? Alchemic chemistry set. That's easy, right? Oh, that's kind of annoying, actually. Brewing stand. So maybe I should find this thing before I start recording, shouldn't I? That'd be a good idea. Well, guys, I'm gonna find this thing. It's gotta be somewhere. I'm using the highlighter from, NEI, so that whenever I do find whatever chest and or inventory it's in, it'll be very visible. But right now I just haven't seen it. What about here? Is it in these satchels? No, of course not. Okay, guys, I will be right back after I find the thing that I need in order to do what I'm trying to do. That would have been a good thing for me to have beforehand, but I totally jumped the gun and forgot how to do the thing. So yeah, I will be right back in a minute. There it is. Okay, it was at the Obsidian Tower, which I guess that makes sense, right? Whoa! I didn't think that was gonna happen. Okay, that was unexpected. Harvest with a pickaxe. Good. Okay, cool. So, why don't I put this in there? And then, I need to take... Let's see, how do I do this? Unclick that. Leather. Okay, so, what I want to do is 3 rotten flesh, a water bucket, and a flint. Okay, now, I'm actually going to take this... What? Oh, okay. I'm actually going to take this and go back to where I was, because it's right next to some water, an infinite water source that I created in my basement, so that I can just refill my bucket when I'm done. Hopefully it returns my bucket. I would be unhappy if it didn't return my bucket. Okay, so there we go. I'm going to put my bucket in here. Just put all my flints. Just split these up. There we go. And put some Magician's Blood Orb right in there. You'll see it says item progress 0. Aha, but there we go. I've made the leathers. So now I have enough leather for this thing, but I've also got enough of my ingredients here to do it about 10 times. So I'm going to let that run a few times or whatever, hopefully. And in the meantime, let's go ahead and make this thing that I've been trying to make all episode. So right down here, Rune of Air, right up here, Rune of Earth. You know what? Actually, that reminds me. Someone left me an interesting tip, and I can't check. I went to check my comments section while I was talking to you, but I actually can't go off the screen without stopping my recording. But yeah, it should be such that if I Sash. There we go. Soujourner Sash. Okay, good. So if I shift click this, someone told me that if I shift click that and I have the materials in my inventory, it'll put them all in the right place. But that doesn't appear to work. I don't know. Okay, so maybe that's not true. But there we go. I made the Soujourner Sash. So now I can take that, I can put it on my belt area, I can take these boots off, and you'll see that I still have the ability to walk right up 1 block heights. And now this does cost a little bit of mana as I'm using it. Okay, which means I might need to find an alternative means of mana production, but that's okay. That's okay, because I'll get it figured out, you know? I don't have to worry about it. Okay, so now I've got some mana on me, but I've also got these boots, so there we go. Now, did that use up the rest of my mana? No, I've still got plenty of mana. So now I'm wearing some Mana Steel boots, but I've got yet another problem, and that problem is that I do not have for myself enchantments on this boots. So, but I don't really want regular. Whoa! Look at my jumping. Yes, I am Captain Amazing Jump. It's me, Mario. Boing, 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 boing. Okay, so yeah, that's a thing. Anyways, pretty happy about making the Soujourner Sash there. That was a pretty good investment. I'm pretty glad that I did that. Now, what else I would like to make? I've got another space on my ring slots. I've got another ring slot for myself, and I'd kind of like to use it. So that's not what I want. I want something different. None of these are... what's the tectonic girdle? Negating knockback, no. So there's also an upgrade to the Soujourner Sash, which is called the Globetrotter Sash. But I can't make that until I unlock all the Elven stuff, and I can't unlock all the Elven stuff until I'm much better in mana production and things like that. Right now, my current levels of mana production just will not sustain opening up the Elven portal or any of that fun stuff. So, yeah. Basically, I need a ton of stuff in order to make this work. And I've never done it in a survival world, but I would definitely like to. However, I am going to need to make some Terra Steel, which is quite expensive. From my understanding, the Terra Steel is going to use about half a pool of mana, which is about more mana than I have, in order to get created. So, but I'm not sure about that. So why don't I go to Miscellaneous? Is that where it is? No, it's not there. It might be in Mystical Items. No, I don't think it's here either. It's got to be somewhere. It's definitely in the book. I just don't know where. Is it in Basics? Terra Steel. Okay. Terra Steel is a complex magical alloy infused with a great amount of mana. Let's see. Terrestrial agglomeration plate. Let's see. I need to make sparks as well. I'm going to need all these different runes, which are crazy. Let's see. Mana Steel Ingot, Mana Diamond, and Mana Pearl. Okay. Uses half a mana pool to create a single piece of Terra Steel. So that means that in order to make my Elven... I'm going to need at least a full pool of mana in order to create 2 Terra Steel. Okay, which if you guys have been paying attention, I have not gotten anywhere close to a full pool of mana in all this time. So I might need you guys' help. A little bit of advice on some way that I can make a lot of mana out of not a lot of resources. Okay, now I have got all of these super cool flowers. I've got like all the mystical flowers, and I've got them in fair amounts. So at this point, it's definitely feasible that I can make some really cool generating flora. For example, the thermal lily is pretty cool. Basically, it'll produce a very large amount of mana whenever it consumes lava. Okay, so that is something that I can definitely look into. In fact, I've even got the runes and ingredients to make one. However, that seems problematic, to say the least, because I don't really have necessarily an automated way to put some lava into the world near it, or a place where I've got a sustainable amount of lava. So really, that seems like it might be more trouble than it's worth. But none of these other flowers are really that great. I mean, none of these flowers are really that great at creating mana. This Rosa Arcana is kind of cool. It can actually absorb my experience. Like if I walk over it, it'll absorb my experience levels and turn them into mana. And that would be quick. But I want these. The experience levels are useful for other things. You know, it'd be nice if I could somehow convert like some of this V's into mana. I mean, it's all magical energy in the end, but there's no way to do that. So yeah, do you guys have any suggestions for how I can better create my mana-related items? That'd be pretty cool. But in the meantime, I suppose I'm gonna go over to, see, the other thing is, I don't want to put a regular enchantment on these boots. I actually kind of want, where is it? There's a thing that I unlocked that I don't yet know how to use, but it's somewhere in here. Thaumic Tinkering, maybe? Yes, this guy, the Osmotic Enchanter. Now, it looks like a real doozy to make, the Spellbinding Cloth especially, because I don't really, let's see. Okay. Oh, okay. That's neat. Is that another recipe from over here? Hang on. Osmotic Enchanter. Right. Yeah, that's this. Okay. That's cool. So, yeah, this looks like quite a doozy to make. Thaumium ingots, obsidian tile, which I don't think you can make obsidian tile. I think you've got to gather it. Although there's enough around that I can gather some and make this thing. It also requires quite a lot of Precantatio, which I can get a lot of that, honestly, I guess. Come to mention it. You know what? Maybe I'll make this Osmotic Enchanter on the next episode. So that I can enchant my Mana Steel boots. While I'm waiting for you guys to give me some awesome ideas on what I can do next week in order to up my mana producing game. Now, I know I said we were going to be focusing a little bit on purifying, detainting, cleansing the floating city island. However, I'm going to be putting that off for a little while. We'll come back to it, for sure. But for right now, there are more important things to do, such as Botania, because I think the Botania is like just super awesome, and I would really like to learn more about it. I mean, I did a really long guide, like 2.5 hours long, super guide about Botania, which is nice and all. However, all I pretty much did was cover what the Botania Lexica said, and give examples, like spawn in the stuff in creative, okay, which that never really gives you a full understanding of what it takes in survival to actually make that stuff, or what kind of uses you'll actually find for it. It was more like a very, very long mod spotlight where I spotlighted everything than a guide. on how to actually make these things, on how to actually like accomplish these things, you know. So yeah, I'd really like to get that done. And now I've just been talking and talking. I haven't really accomplished anything in the past 10 minutes, as much as I would have liked to accomplish something. So why don't I do something? Let's see here. Let's see. The Gormarillis. I don't think I want that right now, but I do have lots of foods. Like, I suppose, technically, I've got a lot of things. Like, where... I thought I had a ton of baked potatoes. I guess I don't really have a ton of those. Just a small smattering of them. Yeah, why don't I make... There's got to be something. Now, I know there's another version of the Gormarillis that eats only cake, maybe? Am I wrong? Am I wrong about that? Let's see. That's okay. I'm not really that worried about it. Because I also want to make some... I just want to make a flower before I go. That's all. Narslimus. No. Taint Thistle. I can make one of these. I guess I could make the Taint Thistle, although it's really more of a Thaumonomicon thing. It's over here, under Apocrypha. Yeah, Taint Thistle's right there. And basically, it does the same thing that my Shovel of the Purifier does in terms of removing flux goo. It basically removes flux goo in a large area. Rune of Gluttony. Okay, fun. Yeah. It basically eats a bunch of flux goo. And this doesn't look that bad, actually. But I think now I've kind of run down the clock. So it's been great talking to you guys again. I can't wait to see what you guys say in the comments section about finally making the Soujourner sash, because it's been suggested many times by more than one of you. I think Rikari-kun, whose advice I highly esteem, has mentioned it more than once, in addition to some other people. So yeah, really excited to finally make the Soujourner sash. And I'd like to see what you guys think I should do next, because really, I'm kind of running out of direction. I would like to eventually start, like, mass purification of the land here, but I really don't know how I'm going to do that. I like how my walk speed right now is, like, the same as my run speed was before. That's really cool. So there's another thing that I'd like to get done sometime soon. Now, I want you guys to like go tell me which of these things you'd like to see most, you know, if you've been paying attention. I want you to go down in the comment section, tell me which of these things you'd like to see most. So the other thing that I'd really like to get myself to make is a living wood wand. Okay, so the living wood wand will basically allow me to convert mana into Vs. Now, of course, I might have to get my mana production up first before I can make that happen, because, you know, I don't really have that much mana. But basically, I have to create one of each rune, it looks like, other than the 7 Sins runes, because I don't see the Rune of Gluttony or anything here. But I do have to create all these runes here, one for each of the seasons, and then each of the elementals and a Rune of Mana, as well as a Mana Diamond. Okay, so I've got to make all of those things, and then I've got to use them on an Arcane Infusion. I don't even think that my Arcane Infusion apparatus... No. See, I'm about two pedestals short in my actual Arcane Infusion apparatus from being able to fit all of these items. So, yeah, we've got some modifications to do if we want to do that. But this is one of those things that I want to make. This isn't that bad. The Essentia for it, not that bad. Instability is minor. But making all these runes, it's going to be a chore. Not really that bad, but a chore. So, I'd like to do that. Especially so that I can make these Mana Steel caps and actually be able to use them, because I think those would be cool as well. Other than that, though, I'm not really sure what else I could do that relates back to Botania, which is really what I want to progress for the next few episodes, the next couple weeks worth of episodes or whatever. I'd really like to dive into Botania again, because Botania is one of those mods that I started doing it for a while, sort of like blood magic. I never even placed down my alchemic thing down here. This guy. Never actually placed it into the world to even see that it is like this. So I was surprised whenever I actually placed it, and I was like, wait a second, I thought this was a thing that I just held in my hand and opened up. But now I have found an alternative way to make myself see. I have a question. Isn't there a way to check how much life points I have inside of these blood orbs? Because the magician's blood orb here, I mean, I don't want to run out of life points while I'm doing this, but I've got plenty of leather now. See? Leather, leather, leather. Makes me happy. Okay, guys, well, that's it for today's episode. I know it was weird and short and full of me being doofy, but that's what you've grown used to, isn't it? I mean, heck, if that wasn't what you were here for, I don't know what you're here for, because that's really the way it's been since the very beginning. Even when it was more exciting or more highly produced, or there were things going on where I didn't I mean, I own I could go start owning the world if I really wanted to, purifying everything, but it's just not as scary or as exciting as it was before, ever since I made the blackjack. The blackjack really turned things around for me. This sword just makes me feel like I'm in God mode. I'm not scared of anything. And having the basically unbreakable mana steel armor, that is awesome. I just love that stuff. So yeah, guys, thanks so much for watching today's episode of Let's Play Blightfall. Okay, looks like I have run out of life essence in the thing. So why don't I just do some of this here, and then put it back. There we go. I don't know how much of that is in there. I don't know how much is in there. I know there's a way to tell, but I don't know what it is, because I'm really not that good with blood magic. But yeah, like I said, I mean, Botania is one of those mods. I got started, I did some things, I used it for a couple of different benefits, and then I pretty much just let my Botania stuff sit around, day blooms, acquiring very small amounts of mana, things like that, without really progressing into it any further. And I've had a lot of people tell me that I really should progress further into Botania, unlock the portal to Alfheim, and make the high-end Botania stuff that's, more difficult and more complex, but also more rewarding. Okay, so if anyone thinks that that's a really good idea, then I would love to hear your opinions on what I could do to boost my output here with the Botania mod and make it even better. Okay, so thanks so much for watching today's episode of Let's Play Blightfall. I gotta get out of here. You guys have a great day.